Welcome back to old Kiwi Farm. It's been a while. Glad to be back here. It is spring, the first day of early spring in the 3-day cycle. So this was the canola that was here when we bought the field, and it just kind of. Oh no, we planted this late because, well, it said we could. So it never died or wilted. It just went dormant over the winter. And now that it's spring, it's growing. It's still here. 66, that's the fertilization. Anyways, yeah, so that's kind of put a little bit of a stunt. I guess I should have left it and just plowed it. I'm going to eventually plow it together with this other field. Why not? But putting that aside for now, it'll give us something to do later, I suppose. Or it might just sit there until fall again to be harvested. It's kind of strange. Don't know if that's how it really is supposed to work. Anyways, I spent the winter just prepping, getting all our seeders ready to go. And if you recall, we are going to do coffee everywhere. Just do coffee. We just decide to do. Let's just go all in. Going all in on the coffee. That's pretty much, I think, what it's going to be. I'm going to call it just all in on coffee. We have reached, or we will now begin the beginning of the end. Maybe I don't know. Maybe, but this was when we came back. Doing coffee, and being the coffee barons of New Zealand here with this new strain of coffee. And we did the test, and we got coffee, and we're doing coffee. We're going to do coffee, and only coffee. So yeah, we're going to get a lot of coffee. Yeah, we're not going to diversify anything this year. It's going to be full out. Well, I mean, except for that one field, of course, depending on when it pops up. We got 3 days basically. So if it ripens to ready to harvest before spring is over, I'll plant coffee in there. If not, it's just going to be what it is, and we'll deal with it next year. So, yeah. So we still got these John Deere seeders. They planter seeders. They work well. They're not the widest seeder in the game for sure, but I got 3 of them. We can sick 2 of them on this field. Put one. Let's get him set up. We'll set him off over here. So we got a pile of money left. We might look at. Why do I always Leon when I'm doing this? It's literally pretty close to the actual. What time it is now is actually pretty close to game time. So this is, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning here. I am yawning. Oh, I can't stop. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? It's... Oh. I thought I set them all on coffee and he's planting soybeans. What a ditz. Oh, dear. There we go. Oh, man. Alright. Gotta fix this. Okay. Oh dear. Mistakes being made. At least I caught it then. I didn't set the worker off, and it's like, oh dear, that happens too many times. Now is it fruit types? Okay, yeah, and so it is planting over top. Oh dear. Oh well. It's so don't be I've seen who else? I think it was Farming Steve. Watching one of his, he did happened to him. He planted the wrong crop or started planting the wrong one, or I mean it happens to all of us. I think it's especially when got more than one, and I thought I set them all up. When I was filling them up, it's like, okay, this one's, we're doing coffee, so I set it all up as, and for some reason this guy, maybe someone snuck in there and changed it overnight. That's what happened. That's what I'm gonna claim. That's my story. I'm gonna stick to it. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, we should be good with this swipe. We'll be done in 2 swipes of a cat's tail. Or should I say cow's tail? Ever been hit by a cow's tail? I can't say that I might have. I mean, I can't say I specifically remember being whacked by a cow's tail, but they're pretty bony and thick and hard. I'm sure my friend John Linden, pretty sure he worked on a dairy farm as a young fella. I know I used to work with an older gentleman, a super nice guy. He grew up working on a dairy farm. They had a small dairy farm, and no longer had it. It's a lot of work. It's no lie. Running a dairy farm is a tremendous amount of work, and he mentioned a few times he'd be milking the cows, and they'd step back and step on his foot, and you'd crunch, right? They're like 2,500 pounds or whatever. Step on you with their hoof, you're not getting them off. You're not going to just lift up their leg and say, hey, they don't particularly move too fast when they're saying. That's just kind of funny. I have never been stepped on by a cow. I've stepped in a cow pie, but I have not been stepped on by a cow. Thank goodness. I would not want to experience that. Okay, check, coffee, good. I have had my coffee this morning already. Perhaps I need another one. Anyways, there we go. It's there we go. Drop, stop, drop, and roll. There we go. All right. Off you go, little fella. There we go. All right, next victim. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where shall we? Coffee? Yes, coffee. That was very odd. They were all except for that one. Oh, which way? It's a long way to Tipperary, you know. I think I'll go to this end over here. So there's been, as we get closer to 22, there seems to be a little bit of, well, it's like controversy. I mean, we know it's coming, and we know there's going to be a lot of activity on the new game. That's always the way it is. That's what happens. New game, always a lot of excitement. There will be, not surprisingly, probably a lot. Why did it not drop? Oh, because I'm there. There we go. There will be a lot still playing this version. There's still a lot of playability. There's just today's Friday. There was a whole bunch of mods that dropped today. So I mean, there's still some life. I don't know how much longer that's going to go. But eventually, that'll, the mod thing will stop. I mean, and it'll trickle to just about nothing. If you just want to see an example, look at Farm Sim 17. I'm sure there's still a few people playing that. And I have in the last year or so seen a few mods be released for that, but it's literally count on one hand how many mods have been released for that game. So, in the past year, anyways. So it was interesting. There was some people a bit upset on Mr. Silly P's latest videos where he's mentioned it's Farm Sim 19's ending. Well, it is ending in a sense. I mean, it'll still be a game. It'll still be there. I'm probably still going to do a little bit on it. I don't know how much. I'll finish off whatever series I have on it, depending on how many mods or maps get released for 22. Because I mean, everyone's going to be playing the same, 3 maps, or if there's at first, because that's all there will be. So there's going to be a bit of a saturation point at the beginning of really what's new, and unless the mods start dropping fast and furious, as it were, to feel that need for people to get new content constantly. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there still is quite a bit with this game that I haven't really explored. There's a lot of maps that I haven't played on, or at least explored to the point where I have, like on this, and even on this particular map, there's a lot of things I haven't done. So, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I don't know. I likened it to an old house you've lived in for quite some time, but it's time to move on. You bought a new house, and not because the old house was bad or dangerous or broken particularly. It just, for whatever reason, it was time to move on. And many of us have moved in our lives, I'm sure. Some of us maybe not, but I have moved several times. And there is sometimes I was glad to go, and there is other times I was sad to go. And there's always that bit of, for whatever reason, there's always a level of nostalgia and memories and sadness sometimes at leaving a particular house or place of residence. And I think that's what's happening now. It's like, hey, it's the moving time to move on is drawing close. You're kind of wrapping things up, perhaps, packing, and somebody doesn't want to go. Right? It's like one of the kids. It's like, I don't want to move. I like this. I like my friends. I like my school. I don't want to move. It's like, well, we're going, and I mean, in the case of a child, they don't have a choice. They have to go with the parents. But in the case of someone else, like, we're going here, or a bunch of friends going, leaving like a restaurant or something, or whatever. It's going. It's like, hey, we're going here. If you want to come along, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. But we're going there. So you can either go or be left behind. So at some point, I'm sure there'll be a few that are left behind on this game that choose not to move on to the new game, which is fine. I mean, that's what happens. But then there's always new people that find the new game that never played on the old game. And that's what happened to me. I found Farm Sim 19. Never knew 17. Never played it. Didn't know what it was. So I don't have that feeling of nostalgia or anything from 17. That I hear some. It's like, oh, this map was on 7. That's cool. I'm sure we'll experience that on 22. It's like, oh, I remember this map on 19 and things like that. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to continue doing this. I'm done yapping for now. We'll catch you in shortly for a little wrap-up of the seeding time here on Old Kiwi Farm. All right. Hey, everybody. We're just wrapping up the seeding here. I kind of figured out those front tanks were causing a problem with the. For some reason, they're not designed to go on these things. They do fit on there, but they tend to kind of glitch a little bit, and they basically stick to the front wheels, I think, something like that, and it just kind of binds everything up, and the workers stop, and something's blocking them. And as soon as I took those off the vehicles, the seeders ran like the workers ran fine with the seeders. So it's really, really nice. It's a shame it doesn't work better on the regular tractors. It's made for the case 4-track or quad track, which I'm not running on this map. So, but I mean, there's other front tanks that can be used. They're not as big. What's nice about those were that there's 4,500 liters in it, which is very nice, but cause problems. So I'm just finishing up this field. After this field, we're done, except for number 9, which is still not well, it's still early spring. It's midday just about, which is what I just it's almost done. Without that front tank on, you run out quick with this little broadcast seeder. I didn't do all the fields with this thing. I mean, I had those other ones running. I guess I could go grab. There's probably still some seeds in there. I'll have to put them away anyways, so I might as well use up some of the seeds in there. Yeah, going to miss some of these. You know, some of the mods are not going to come over to 22. That's just pretty much a given. Some of the, for various reasons, some of them are difficult to, probably will be difficult or impossible, perhaps. I don't know. I don't mod. I don't pretend to know how it works. It's coding and all that fun stuff. Oh, does this tank still have something in it? Oh, maybe this one does. I'm trying to get rid of all these tanks because you just don't. Yeah, this seeder's empty. Let's hook up this front tank to this. Yeah, so some of the modders have stopped modding. Their mods are on the mod hub, but they're not doing it anymore. Stopped doing it for whatever reason. Many different reasons for that. And so they're not gonna make anymore, so we won't see it in any new games. This is, if it's here, then it stop. That's it. That's all. That's the only place you can use them is here. They're still available here. I'm saying here a lot. And yeah, so I mean, it's already a bunch of stuff announced, new stuff for the new game. Some of the modders have said, hey, you know, this is not going to be released on 19, and we're gonna release it on 22, which is fine because we will need new stuff for 22. That's going to be the next game. So that's where things are going, and yeah, that's a good sign that we're going to have modders supporting, and this game would not be the same without. And it's been said many times, many ways. It's what makes the game what it is. It's this map, for instance, would not exist if it wasn't for Kaz64 making it for console and not just for PC. He does have a bunch of PC maps, I understand, but the effort these guys, the extra effort they do to make at least some of these maps and vehicles and accessories and things available on a console is outstanding. It is outstanding. And I'm a console player. I do have computer, but I'm not playing this on the computer. I'm playing this on console. I always been a console player. I don't think I'll ever not be. That's just the way it is. And that's the way it was. So, there we go. It is planted. So, what's this? Oh. That's odd. Can't have that. Oh, yeah, a little strip there. Well, let's take care of that right now, shall we? There we go. Won't take long. And we'll be done. And then, yeah, just doing the mid-spring cleanup. We don't have any crops or anything we're waiting to sell. Just waiting for that crop in field 9, is it there? Yeah, field 9, to see what happens with that. I don't know. It may be one of those things that we'll have to wait till fall. What else? Oh, yes, we'll put away. Yeah, so there you go. That's yeah, we're running into 7. Yeah, that's about it. We're gonna go put these guys away. See this? Yeah, this guy. I mean, it's plenty of horsepower to pull these guys, and without that tank, keeping. There you go. I always get tangled up. It's like, no, I'm here. No, me first. So exciting times. We're going to have to. I'm going to reevaluate my harvesters. We have cash in the bank. We might upgrade everything up to the largest class. We're going to need it for coffee. Coffee is extremely high yielding crop. We will be very busy come harvest, so I want to make sure we'll have to get another. We got the grain cart. I think we'll get another truck and trailer, and yeah, maybe another grain cart. I think a truck and trailer is going to be more suitable. The grain cart's cool. I like it. Or grain giant. And yeah, we're gonna do stuff. I'll keep you updated. It's early spring now. We're done planting. It's just kind of getting stuff set up for harvest. So some of these I do like these Toscanos, but now with the coffee harvest coming, the 11,000 liter bushel hopper capacity is not going to cut it. This is the only way to go, the Lexion, with the 16,000 liter. Anyways, yep, that's we're going to have to go that way. And yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We will catch you. When we get, we'll do a little update with the what we do to upgrade, and we'll keep an eye on the Field 9 when it if anything happens with that. I'm your host, Looney Farm Guy. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you like, or put a like up there. And remember, it's just a game. Have some fun with it while it lasts. Till next time, bye for now.